feeling, Rab?
Naiiyak ko naman. Well, thank you talaga guys for everybody who sent their videos and too bad no, hindi natin ma-accommodate lahat dito pero still with the advantage of technology, I feel na yung mga supporters ko, some of them are Rabiya fanatics, yung iba naman mga friends ko from Iloilo and nakakataba ng puso na marinig sila ulit.
And everybody here really took the time to want to say hello to you and welcome you back. And I know like my former colleagues in the media, I'm so glad that you are all here. And I really miss all of you like hanging out and making chica. But right now, I know why you are all here. I know that you're so excited to ask your questions for Rabiya, and you know your rules. So if anybody has any questions, please come up to the microphone and ask Rabiya. I know Tito Norman will probably want to come here. Age before beauty. The mic is up here. And anybody else who might want to, you can start lining up after Norman, who is parading.
I'm good.
So
I,
fancy.
I feel lost this afternoon.
You do?
I
Okay, here's my question for you. Compare the October last year when you were crowned as University Philippines and Rabiya as facing right now. How much of a change woman are you right now?
If I'm gonna look back to all the experiences I had when I started being Miss Universe Philippines, it's really different than Norman. And I can say that the Rabiya now is more confident and is more empowered because I was able to gain that energy. Because it's never easy also to be Miss Philippines. So it's not just the physical training, but also the aspect in which you really need to believe in yourself, the character build up. That's why I must say that now I am happier in the kind of woman that I have become.
Something like, I'm just interested to know, how did you spend your quarantine at
It's crazy because I was still having jet lag up until the last day of my quarantine. I would sleep around 3 p.m., wake around 1 a.m., but I had my relaxed time, my me time, in which I would go back, try to catch up on the series that I have missed during the competition, things like that. But I think I really need that 10-day rest.
so much, Rabiya? Welcome back.
Thank you, Norman.
Hello, Rabiya. Congratulations and welcome home. I'm Nori, very also for OPM Worldwide. My question is, what do you consider the most important lesson learned as so far as Miss Universe Philippines that you can apply to your personal life when you're really so
It's the aspect in which you really need to believe in yourself and stick to your core. Because I realized that there's going to be a lot of external voices. There's going to be a lot of opinions about you. But then, once you know your purpose, once you know why you want to take this journey, then you will be able to find reason for fighting. And that is something that I also want to share to other beauty queens, aspiring beauty queens, who also want to be the next Miss Universe. That is to love yourself, to believe in yourself, and just enjoy the journey.
And aside from the Miss Universe activities, what do you consider your most cherished or let's say most prized moments during your entire stay in the United States?
During the Miss Universe, I remember we had this event with Smile. And aside from that, one of my most favorite parts would be the talk with Demi because I learned a lot. And I remember this tagline in which she was able to teach me to turn mess into message. because there's gonna be a lot of failures, but you are not defined of those failing times, but you are defined by the kind of person you chose to become after those failures.
Very well said. Thank you.
Before we continue with our open forum, I think that Secretary Harry Roque would like to say a few words. You're no stranger to speaking.
Kala ko yung announcement ko. Hindi. But we'd like to welcome, of course, the Miss Universe who really made this country proud. I think you know that while you were competing, we all had only one person in mind, and that was you. And we're so proud that you carried the name of the Philippines in the most beautiful and in the most proud manner that you can ever do so. And that is something for which the Filipino people will forever be grateful to you. Ikaw pa rin ang Miss Universe natin. Okay? So, welcome back.
Beautiful message. Thank you so much. And we'd like to acknowledge Mr. Joey Gilan, who is here also. Hi, Joey. Okay, well, we're still waiting for now the other media to ask a question. There is a phone-in question. Or, I'm sorry, that's like an old term. There was a text question from Armin Adina from Inquirer. Rabiya, how are you going to spend the remainder of your reign? What else do you want to accomplish using the Miss Universe Philippines crown?
Actually, too bad. It was just announced that in Iloilo, they are still in ECQ. I'm actually planning to have my homecoming there. And I also have my charity works that are in line. Still, I want to continue to be the ambassador for education because, the job doesn't stop once the title is no longer on your head. But you really need to use your influence to still reach out to people, to still use that power to make a difference. And that was my promise when I was asked what is the relevance of being Miss Universe Philippines. And I'm actually looking forward because I talked to a company in the United States and they are willing to sponsor, I think, 200 laptops. So I'm also planning to put it in different organizations to help students in need.
Thank you. That sounds amazing. Of course, we're going to be here to support you. And now, anybody else? Tristan? Oh, Philippine Pageantry.
Hello, Rabiya. Tristan. First, I would like to congratulate you for representing the Philippines and the Filipino fans with regards to the pageantry as much as the best way possible that you were able to do. But my first question is actually, decades from now, the Rabiya that is sitting in front of me right now, decades from now, what will be the lesson or the memory that you will bring and you will tell your future grandchildren about your experience as Miss Universe Philippines and as a Miss Philippines in Miss Universe?
I would say that it's like a roller coaster ride. There's ups and downs, but still, if I'm gonna relive it again, I'm gonna be still choosing to take this path because there's a lot of lessons. But one thing that I learned is how to build yourself, how to have that humble heart when things don't turn your way. And I would tell them that despite the fact of me not being able to bring home the crown, I gained a lot of memories. I was able to build friendship with different delegates all over the world. And there's just gonna be one representative from our country. And during 2020, that was me.
Yes, thank you. And my last and second question is that when we had a virtual event where we had you and the former Miss Universe, Bini for Lazada Queens, you almost cried when you thought that that was your send-off already. Sabi mo kasi parang you never had a send-off press con, so parang, and then after a while, we had a send-off press con for you, and now this glamorous event. So how do you feel now?
That's what I've told earlier. I feel that I am loved by men. Because during the time, I always cry. That's a fact. I'm very emotional. But now, seeing all of you here, guys, especially our brothers and sisters from the press media, it makes me feel that, I still have the responsibility. And this is a continuation of doing my work as Miss Universe Philippines. And nagpapasalamat po talaga ako kasi iba yung feeling pag sinusuportahan ka.
So, last na pa napahawag ka, last na yun. What will be your advice for the next Miss Universe Philippines? And ano yung gusto mong makita sa papalit sa'yo?
Well, there's going to be a lot of aspects in which people will remember you, but I would remind her to be, because, people will forever remember you in the way that you treat them. So despite all the pressure, all the pressure from the fans, from social media, just be yourself and continue building up your character. Because you're gonna shine. You're gonna shine and you're gonna win a lot of hearts. And that's the most important aspect of being Miss Universe Philippines.
Thank you. And best of luck.
Next question, please. Mr. Joey Gilas, who wears many hats.
Hey, Sir Joey.
Welcome back home, Rabiya. All right, I'm going to be asking you, wearing my PTV, People's Television hat, as a journalist. First question, were you able to give back those earrings that you actually dropped accidentally on the pool unscratched?
Yes, the diamonds are safe.
Okay, but seriously, after representing the country so well in the Miss Universe pageant, have we really seen the last of Rabiya, Mateo, in the world of pageantry?
Ooh. Right now, my head is leaning towards doing acting. And I'm forever grateful for the opportunity to be Miss Philippines. But I know a lot of people are asking me to join again. But I'm not closing any door. But again, I want to take a rest from that. But I'm very willing much to reach out to people, to be able to continue what I have now. Because it's also an opportunity for me to grow as a person.
Well, whatever it is that you decide on pursuing in the future, we wish you best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Joey. I was curious. I keep hearing about you rapping during your screening. What was that song?
It was an Eminem song. And I remember it was Brooke Lee who asked me to do the rap because it was written in my data, in my bio data.
Hi, I'm Brooke Lee. Am I putting you on the spot?
Yes, you are. You are putting on the spot.
I love it. Well, okay, I should have prepared you for that. But one thing with Rabiya, I had the pleasure of spending time with her, going to Albay to one of her outreach activities. And, this was like a land trip that we had to take. So we were together in the van for like 10, 11 hours. And in the morning, I asked her, I was like, Rab, ang galing mo naman. Sabi niya, why? Kasi yung mask mo, ginawa mo siyang eye shield. And I thought that was on purpose. But apparently, it just ended up being up there. And so that was the time that I really appreciated, her humility and just being a very normal girl, that she's doing her job and, she's just pushing through and forging ahead, right? And hopefully we get to travel some more. Also, we have with us two of her former sisters in Miss Universe Philippines. Because sisterhood does not end when the pageant ends, it just continues. We have Crisaldo and we also have Maria Isabella Galleria. Would any of you girls love to come up and say a few words to Rabiya in the middle of you eating? Ganda naman. The media can also ask these two girls questions if you want.
We love you, Rabiya, and we're so proud of you. Like from the very first day na nakita namin, from the application stage, screening, and up until the stage, hanggang sa international stage, wala kang ginawa kundi proud mo lang talaga kami. We love you so much, and you did an amazing job sa pag-perform mo sa Miss Universe. And we love you. So same thing with Isabella. With what she said, we love you so much, and we're always here. Yung rap namin sa backstage. You're ready muna na.
Thank you, guys. Will we be seeing any of you back? Now, at this point, any more questions from our media? This is your last chance before we wrap up the open forum. We have, yes, Sophia from Preview Magazine. Thank you for coming, Sophia.
Hi, Rabiya. I'm Sophia. It's nice to meet you. Welcome back. My question is, could you take us back to that moment where you're on stage, like walking? What goes through your mind? Like, what thoughts race as you're on that big stage? And what do you do to calm down your nerves?
This is a secret that I was able to practice even before Miss Universe Philippines. And this is like to push the wall, to release all the tension that you have in your body. And during that time, it's weird and funny at the same time because if you're gonna ask every candidate, every Miss Universe Philippines, I also asked MJ, your mind is just empty. To be honest, during that competition, I wasn't nervous. But, everything was so fast. And I guess I would like to take you guys to the time in which I was hoping to be called up until the last spot. And I saw the camera, it was right here. And I was hoping, sana sa akin, pero katabi ko kasi si Brazil, para pala sa kanya. And after that, nung nasa backstage na kami, I was thinking, so that was it. Months of preparing, and hanggang doon na lang talaga. But you have to pick yourself. You really need to control your emotions that time, and to remind myself that it wasn't my night, and I need to support whoever's gonna win because she's my sister, and I need to be there, clapping for her and cheering for her.
Okay, thanks for that. Last one is, when people would ask you about the Philippines, what is like an insight or something about the Philippines that you were always excited to share?
I think it's our culture because despite this pandemic, I was able to travel to different parts of the Philippines, and still, we are diverse. We are composed with different thousands of islands, with different traditions, different cultures, different foods. And I think that's the beauty of the Philippines because, we still get to learn something as a Filipino.
Thank you, Rabiya.
Now, Rabiya, you spent so much time with the Filipino communities in the U.S. How have those visits impacted the way you view being a Filipina?
It's crazy because you can see the support of the Filipino community there. And in every event that I go, there's always gonna be Ilonggos cheering for you. From time to time, may magsasabi, from Iloilo din ako, and I'm so proud of you. Kaya parang naiisip ko na minsan hindi mo na-realize yung impact na mga ginagawa mo. Pero you need to just continue what you're doing kasi ang dami talagang na-inspire with your kind actions. It transpires.
Thank you. Now, any more questions? Please come up. Alexa, I know you also want to ask a question.
Hi, Rabiya. Good afternoon. My name is Nicky from Manila Standard. Of course, whenever we join any competition, we wanted to win first place, or in your case, win the crown. Looking back, is there something that you
answer this question with all honesty. I wish I just deactivated my social media account. Mama Jane, you know that. You know, that is also an advice that I would give to the next Miss Universe Philippines. Because the pressure from the fans is something that is going to be a reflection of your performance. So sometimes it's better to block yourself and to maintain that inner peace. So social media, it's not the judge for the competition. Yes! You know, the fans are not the judge. You need to focus in your physical trainings, in your question and answer portion, and the holistic approach. It's always about the performance that you had during that time.
Well, with all the things that you experienced during that time, what is your major takeaway? No, what's your biggest takeaway from that?
Takeaway, that would be enjoy every single moment. Because this is a lesson that I got from my mom. Like, always have that humble heart. Because we need to thank God if you win. But if you don't, it's a test of who you truly are as a person. So continue to be kind to people around you. And, you know, at the end of the day, have no regrets. Because things happen for a reason. It's cliche because we have heard it 1,000 of times, but there's always going to be that perfect for you.
Again, congratulations and thank you for representing the country well.
Thank you for that very candid answer. I love it. And now Alexa, queen of social media.
Grabe ka at talaga. Okay, Rab. My question actually to you is, you know, you finished Miss Universe Philippines, and of course, your other two queen sisters, Karen and Anne, have just recently competed and are still competing. The expectations are high after your win. I just want to know because once you pass your crowns next year for Miss Ido, what can you advise to the Ilongas who will be competing? Because the expectations, as I said, are now high because you three have put the map of Ido already.
Thank you so much. The good thing, I competed first. That's why I wasn't that pressured during that time. But it's all about trying to manage, you know, the expectations that you have in the competition and try not to listen to the expectations of other people. Because some people, I used to think that I can work under pressure, but sometimes you don't need, you don't want to be in that point in which you're gonna doubt yourself. If you're still capable of handling things, handling the responsibility, if you're good enough, always remember that yes, you are good enough. And regardless of the kind of expectation, just work hard, just focus on your goal. Because everything is possible. I hope that next year, who knows, it might be Iloilo again, and with the Universe Philippines. I'm praying for that.
And the other question is, you know, you became close to a lot of the girls when you were there abroad. Who are you still in touch with as of this time? Because you know, there were a lot of challenges along the way.
Probably it's my roommate. We were helping one another from fixing our hairs, trying to zip each other up. And aside from her, also Amanda. A lot of pageant fans are shipping us. They made us a love team called Ramanda, and we're actually planning to do a collaboration of love together in the
Alright, thank you.
Thank you, Alexa. And now I think this is the most awaited portion. If there are no more questions, we're going to go to the photo ops. First, we'd like, Secretary Rocker, would you like to have a photo with Rabiya?
Sa taas na lang, sa taas na lang.